I wasn't in the front row when he called my name. I wasn't dressed for glory, I was dressed in shame. I was 3 weeks deep in a bottle and a lie, too proud to ask for rescue, too broken not to cry. The address where he found me wasn't on a church directory. It was a parking lot at 2 a.m. End of my story. No worship team, no altar call, no stained glass overhead. Just a man completely out of road and mercy up ahead. I always thought that God showed up for people who deserved, for those who kept the commandments and held every word. But grace don't check your record before it kicks the door. He finds you at your lowest, 'cause that's what grace is for. He didn't wait for me to clean myself before he came. He walked straight through the wreckage and he called me by my name. Not the name the failure gave me, not the name the guilt assigned. He called the name he chose me before the fall of time. He found me at my worst, Lord, at my absolute worst. When the well was dry and cracked and I was dying of thirst. I wasn't looking up when heaven bent its knee to me. He found me at my worst and loved me into who I'd be. I burned through every kindness that my family had to give, run out of second chances and a reason left to live. My testimony isn't pretty, it don't preach real clean, but the ugly parts are where his glory burns the most extreme. The prodigal rehearsed his speech out, walking down the lane, playing the words to say the earnest servant's place again. But the father saw him coming while he was still far away. He didn't wait for the apology, he ran to meet his shame. That's the God who met me in that parking lot that night. Didn't ask me what I'd done before he held me tight. Didn't make me earn the embrace or pass a purity test. He just covered me completely filthy and called me blessed. He didn't wait for me to clean myself before he came. He walked straight through the wreckage and he called me by my name. By my name. Not the name the failure gave me, not the name the guilt assigned. He called the name he chose me before the fall of time. God, but that ain't how it went. He was the one out searching while I was the one that spent every coin, every grace, every bridge I chose to burn. He tracked me through the ashes like he had no other concern. And now when I tell the story in the places I've been sent, I don't start with my revival, I start with my descent. Because somebody in the room tonight is where I used to be, at the bottom, in the darkness, thinking God can't reach this deep. He can, he did, he does. He's reaching for you even now. Not after you get better. Right here, right in this vow, he found me at my worst. And that's the gospel truth I preach. Not a cleaned up, comfortable version, polished up for speech. He met me in the ruin before I knew the ruin had a name. He found me at my worst, and I have never been the same. Not rescued from a distance. He came all the way down, found me at my worst, and stayed. The roof came off before I had a chance to brace. Lost the job, lost the peace, nearly lost my faith. Bills on the table and a diagnosis on the way. And the calendar kept moving through the wreckage every day. I won't pretend the storm was something I could romanticize. It tore through everything I built right before my eyes. But somewhere in the howling and the breaking and the loss, I found the only thing that held the shadow of the cross. The disciples woke him, terrified inside the wave. He didn't stop the storm before it started, he just saved. Sometimes the faith ain't built on keeping trouble out the door. It's built on who you call on when the trouble hits the floor. I won't say it didn't hurt, it hurt down to the bone. I won't say I never questioned if you'd left me on my own. But on the other side of every night I thought would end me, you were still the same God, still faithful, still steady. I still trust you in the storm, Lord, even when the thunder rolls, even when the rain comes sideways and it's soaking through my soul. You never said the water would stay shallow and stay calm. You said you'd be the anchor, and you held on all along. I've met believers broken by prosperity they were sold, told the storm in missing God that faith was good as gold. But Job was blameless, Paul was shipwrecked, Jesus wept and bled. The storm don't mean you're faithless, sometimes storms are how you're led. So I stopped asking why the wind came strong this season through. Started asking what you're building in the breaking that I knew. Cause gold don't get its glory sitting comfortable and clean. It gets it in the fire, in the pressure, in between. Shadrach walked into the furnace, didn't walk back out the same. Not because the fire didn't burn, because he met you in the flame. Lord, I felt that fourth man walking with me in my worst. The storm was never empty. You were in it from the first. I won't say it didn't hurt. It hurt down to the bone. I won't say I never questioned if you'd left me on my own. But on the other side of every night I thought would end me, you were still the same guy, still faithful, still steady. I still trust you in the storm, Lord. Even when the thunder rolls, even when the rain comes sideways and it's soaking through my soul. You never said the water would stay shallow and stay calm. You said you'd be the anchor, and you've held on all along. This ain't the blind trust of someone who's never seen the dark. This is the trust that's been refined by every breaking of my heart. Every time I thought the story ended with the grave, you wrote another chapter with the mercy that you gave. I'm not standing here in sunshine, pretending rain don't fall. I'm standing here soaking wet and trusting you through it all. That's the faith that makes the enemy take a second look. Not the faith inside the blessing, but the faith inside the shook. Not because the storm has gone away, not because the morning came before the end of yesterday, but because you never once let go of what you started here. You were faithful in my worst year. You'll be faithful in this fear. I still trust you in the storm, Lord. Every lightning striking wave, every moment where the only word I had left was your name. The storm is not my ending. You have written something more. I still trust you in the storm, just like I trusted you before. Still standing, still yours, still trusting.
Laughed at every joke they told around the table last night. Held my cup and nodded like everything was right. Nobody checked behind the smile I've learned to wear so well. Nobody knew that I was living in a private kind of hell. I've mastered the art of showing up and holding it together, of answering I'm fine, regardless of the weather. But fine is just a word I used to keep the question short, 'cause explaining what I carry is a battle I abhor. There's a grief that doesn't have a name, that people recognize. No funeral, no diagnosis, nothing you can summarize. Just just a hollow in the chest that wakes up every day, a pain so personal that words just get in the way. Nobody sees it when I lock the door at night. Nobody sees the ceiling I've been staring at till light. Nobody sees the moment when the armor cracks and falls. Just me in this invisible way, walking through these halls. Oh, but you see it, Lord, every layer, every scar. You see the hidden ache for what it really are. I don't have to explain it or translate it into sound. You see the weight nobody sees, and you don't look away or back down. The church prays for the visible, the broken you can name, the cancer and the crisis and the losses with a frame. But what about the suffering that sits behind a grin? The war that nobody's praying for, 'cause nobody's let them in. I've sat in Sunday circles sharing nothing that is true, nodding through the sermon guide but screaming inside to you. I wonder how many faces in that sanctuary row are carrying the same invisible weight. I never know. Even Hannah wept so hard the priest thought she was drunk. Her lips were moving, nothing coming out, completely sunk. But you read the prayer beneath the prayer, she couldn't speak. Lord, I read mine too, I'm long past finding words this week. And nobody sees it when I lock the door at night. Nobody sees the ceiling I've been staring at till light. Nobody sees the moment when the armor cracks and falls. Just me in this invisible way, walking through these halls. But you see it, Lord, every layer, every scar. You see the hidden ache for what it really are. I don't have to explain it or translate it into sound. You see the way nobody sees, you don't look away or back down. I'm not looking for a stage to air everything I feel. I'm not asking for a spotlight on the wounds that won't get healed. I just need to know that somewhere in this universe so wide, someone holy and unchanging sees exactly what's inside. And you do. You counted every night I couldn't sleep. You collected every tear that felt too private and too deep. David said you keep them in a bottle, write them in your book. My hidden pain has never once escaped your look. Nobody sees it, but you always have, Lord. Before I found the language, you already heard the word. Before I knew to call it grief, you had already drawn near. The weight nobody sees is the weight you've always held right here. So I'm releasing what I've carried in the silence and the shame. Not to a crowd, not to a camera, just calling out your name. Take this invisible, this wordless, this unwitnessed broken thing. You see the way nobody sees. Now show me what your healing brings. No audience, no explanation, just you, Lord, just you. I've worn the carpet thin beside my bed at night. Said the same prayer 40 times, and still no sign of light. I know the word by heart, I know what faith should feel, but feeling and believing, Lord, they don't always kneel. The silence stretches longer than I thought silence could. I take an answer I don't like, I would, Lord, I would. Just something, just a whisper, just a flicker in the dark. 'Cause unanswered prayers have a way of leaving marks. Job sat in his ashes, calling out your name. The heavens didn't open, the suffering stayed the same. But you were never absent, you were watching every tear. Sometimes the silence is the closest you have ever been to hear. I believe you're there, Lord. That's the war inside my chest. Not the doubt of an atheist, but the ache of your own flesh. I'm not walking away, I'm just crying at your door, asking why the God who speaks is gone so quiet to my core. When heaven goes quiet and the altar feels like stone, when worship leaves my lips but I still feel alone, I'll stay here on my knees till the silence finally breaks. A faith that only works in noise, faith that faith can't make. I've heard the testimonies rolling through the church. God spoke to me so clearly, Lord, I wonder what that's worth. When I press my ear to heaven and all I catch is air, did I miss my frequency, or does your signal go everywhere? I'm not throwing stones at those whose answered prayers run deep. I'm just honest about the desert seasons where I weep. Even David wrote his laments straight into the Psalms. So I'm writing mine in tears tonight inside your arms. Lazarus lay 4 days without a word from you. Mary said, if you'd been here, Lord, I've said that too. But you were already moving in the silence of those days. The quiet wasn't absence, it was just a different kind of grace. I believe you're there, Lord. That's the war inside my chest. Not the doubt of an atheist, but the ache of your own flesh. I'm not walking away, I'm just crying at your door, asking why the God who speaks is gone so quiet to my core. When heaven goes quiet and the altar feels like stone, when worship leaves my lips but I still feel alone, I'll stay here on my knees till the silence finally breaks. A faith that only works in noise is faith that faith can't make. Maybe you're not silent, maybe I've been deafened by my panic, deafened by my mess. Maybe you've been speaking in the kindness of a stranger's hand, in the sunrise I ignored and the grace that helped me stand. I'm relearning how to hear you in the spaces in between, in the scripture that cuts deep, in the peace that passes seen. It ain't the burning bush for me, it's smaller, softer, slow, but it's still you, Lord. And I'm beginning to know I believe you're there. I'm staking everything on that, not because the feeling's strong, but because your word stands fact. I'm not walking away from the silence or this pain. If you were silent on the cross, you can be trusted just the same. When heaven goes quiet, I'll go quiet too and wait. I'll hold the unanswered prayers at your unchanging gate. The silence isn't empty, you are filling every space. When heaven goes quiet, that's when I learn your face. Still here, Lord, still listening, even in the quiet.
I've been white-knuckling things that were never mine to hold, gripping every outcome like my hands could make it go, running every scenario 1,000 times a night, trying to outthink the darkness with a flashlight made of fright. I calculated, negotiated, strategized the pain, built contingencies for losses that were coming just the same. Control was just the illusion that I paid for with my sleep, and everything I tried to manage only grew too deep. Peter walked on water till he looked at what was there. The moment that he managed it, he sank into despair. It wasn't skill that held him up above the raging sea. It was the single second that he kept his eyes on thee. So I'm letting go the things my hands were never meant to carry, the future and the outcome, and the grief that made me wary, the diagnosis and the verdict, and the door that won't come open, the relationship I prayed for, and the promises still broken. I lay it all down, Lord, every weight, every fear, everything I've been controlling just to keep from drowning here. Not because I've stopped believing it could turn around somehow, oh, but because I trust you more than I trust my white-knuckled vow. There's a kind of faith that looks like weakness to the world outside. Hands wide open, nothing clenched, nowhere left to hide. They call it giving up, but Lord, you call it something else. You call it finally trusting you with what I thought was mine myself. Mary didn't plan the manger or the method or the road. She just said, let it be according to your word, and let it go.
That surrender wasn't passive. It was the bravest thing she'd done, to release the thing you love the most into the hands of the Holy One. And Abraham raised up the knife above what he held dear, not because he didn't love his son, because his God was clear. The ram was in the thicket long before the altar stone. You always had provision, I just had to let it be shown. So I'm letting go the things my hands were never meant to carry, the future and the outcome, and the grief that made me weary, the diagnosis and the verdict, and the door that won't come open, the relationship I prayed for, and the promises still broken. I lay it all down, Lord, every weight, every fear, everything I've been controlling just to keep from drowning here. Not because I've stopped believing it could turn around somehow, oh, but because I trust you more than I trust my white-knuckled vow. There is something that happens in the body when you release, when the fist uncurls and opens and you finally find the peace. Not the peace the world delivers with its systems and its plans, the peace that passes understanding, falling gentle on your hands. I don't know how this resolves, I don't know what comes next, I don't know if the answer looks like healing or like rest, but I know that what I'm holding has been crushing me for years, and your shoulders were made for burdens that are bigger than my fears. So I open up my hands now, every finger, every grip, every dream I tried to rescue on the way to its eclipse, every prayer I held too tightly thinking pressure made it true. I lay it all down, Lord, and I lay it down to you. I lay it all down, the worry and the weight, the prayers I've been controlling at your unconcerned gate. You never needed my help managing the universe above, you just needed my surrender and my undefended love. I lay it all down, Lord, all of it, right here, not with perfect faith, but with a will and trembling prayer. Take what I've been white-knuckling through every restless night, I lay it all down, and I finally feel light. Open hands, quiet heart, yours, Lord, all of it, yours.
I know what 3 a.m. looks like when the mind won't let you rest, when the thoughts get loud and heavy and they settle in your chest, when you start doing mathematics with the pain against the hope, and the hope keeps coming up too short to help you cope. I won't dress this up in language that makes it easier to hear. There were nights I sat with darkness like it was the only thing still near. Nights I wrote no message, but I stared at every name. Nights the only thing that held me was a grace I cannot explain. I'm not ashamed to say it, 'cause somebody needs to know. The ones who look most standing are the ones most letting go. That the faith
faithful and the broken sometimes share the very same face, and both of them are covered by the same relentless grace. There were nights I almost didn't make it to the morning, Lord. Nights the enemy convinced me I couldn't be restored. Nights the silence felt eternal and the pain felt like the end. But morning came regardless, and your mercy came again. I'm still here, that's the testimony. Nothing more, not a shout, not a breakthrough, just still breathing at the door. Every night I almost lost it, every thread about to fray. You were the reason I woke up to face another day. Nobody in the pew would guess what Wednesday night had been, how close the edge had gotten and how far I looked within. I showed up with my Bible and I shook the pastor's hand, carrying a secret no one there could understand. This is where the church gets quiet, when it ought to lean in close, when the ones who need the altar are the ones who need it most. But sit instead in silence, cause the shame is just too wide. Lord, let the song reach somebody sitting there inside. Elijah said, enough, Lord, just let me lie here and be done. The prophet who called fire undone beneath the sun. But just send an angel, not election, not a why. Just bread, just a water, just a presence saying rise. There were nights I almost didn't make it to the morning, Lord, no. Nights the enemy convinced me I couldn't be restored. Nights the silence felt eternal and the pain felt like the end. But morning came regardless, and your mercy came again. I'm still here, that's the testimony. Nothing more, not a shout, not a breakthrough, just still breathing at the door. Every night I almost lost it, every thread about to fray. You were the reason I woke up to face another day. If you're in that night right now and morning feels like myth, the weight has gotten heavier than any you've lived with, I'm not gonna give you verses like the answers in a box. I'm just gonna sit beside you at the bottom of your loss and tell you that I've been there, tell you that I know the math. When the mind starts calculating down that long and narrow path, tell you that the morning came for me when I had nothing left. And the same God who kept me breathing, Lord, He's holding your next breath. Don't let the night write the ending of a story still in grace. Don't let the darkness make decisions that belong to morning's face. Stay, just stay. One more hour, one more prayer, one more dawn. The night I almost gave up was the night grace held on. There were nights I almost didn't make it, I'm telling you the truth. Not to scare you, but to reach you in whatever night you're through. The enemy lied and said it's over, said the morning wouldn't come. But here I stand as evidence that darkness don't always run. I'm still here, still scarred, still grateful for the grace that met me in the darkest of my most ungodly place. The nights I almost didn't make it are the nights He held me most. Still here, still breathing, by nothing but His grace.